say, got in trouble, ended up going to prison. But I already went to prison. I already had, we put my 19-year-old physique in here. I always was fit, buff, like unbelievably buff. I look like a bodybuilder. When I got out of prison, I did 1994 to 2001. I got out. I got into becoming a personal trainer and a stripper. Did well with that, but I became a recidivist. Went back to prison 4 times. After that 4th time, I was like, let me try something new. Let me try some bodybuilding or something, because I had a lot of money saved. That's when my curiosity of steads, peds, roids, whatever you want to call them, came into play. A buddy of mine was like, if I did them, I would be a top athlete. So I'm like, shoot. You know, coming from prison, I talk down to bodybuilders and people that use roids and all that, like everybody else is probably watching. You know, I was one of those guys. That's why I understand you guys. Oh, them buff dudes on roids, you know what I mean? I got videos. You go back to my first videos. I'm at Diego's gym, talking crap, lifting a 100-pound dumbbell behind my head, tricep extension. Them bodybuilders on roids can't do this.
Oh, Cali Muscles. Cali Muscles. Obviously, everybody seen the news. Brother had a heart attack, almost died. There's a lot of fuckery in this whole fitness game and the whole bodybuilding game, whatever. Lack of transparency. You see a lot of people come out and admit that they take roids. A lot of these middle-aged white dudes, Joe Rogan and all these people who are still in elite shape, they're all taking hormone supplements, but they're doing it with a doctor and they're not going overboard. Before I get into my bag, I don't have a problem with like men in their 40s who lost a step or two because of lack of testosterone production and they need to replace what they've lost. I don't believe in going overboard and trying to look like him, but I do understand the logic behind that. Like, is this going to naturally happen? Is it going to be a decline in you? Your mortality is real. So I'm not against that. Like, I used to be not knowing what I was talking about, like, okay, boom. But I think there needs to be more honesty about that. And you see like Mark Bell, you see Mark Bell and even Joe Rogan has talked about what they're doing, and they've had people come on and admit what they're doing. I guess that's the reality, is admit that you're doing it and be real. Now some people wait till the end of their career, they wait till they're damn near dead, point in case, or you know, when something happens. And it's weird how every time a bodybuilder dies, there's all these videos and commentaries in that community, but nobody wants to address the elephant in the room. They never want to point to this is what was the issue. When Rich Piana died, there are people like, yeah, there's a speculation and possibility. Like, no, look at that motherfucker. 5% my ass. Look at his ass. Pause. Like, the dude was juicing and creatine and sticking injections and all types of shit. And he died prematurely because of that shit. But the reality is, a lot of people, when it comes to the roids, they've interviewed athletes and they've polled them and they've said that they would stick shit in their body. Now, one thing that's weird when it comes to the Stabby and the 19 is that people keep saying these athletes and these people put whatever in their body and they don't care or whatever, they don't research. If you listen to Cali said he was Googling 8 hours a day, like he knew what he was doing. Apparently not, but like he wasn't just going in there like an idiot and not knowing the cause, the side effects, the issues that come with these things. He knew what he was getting to. So to the Stephen A. Smiths of the world, who you athletes put this and that in your body, but they're making the choice to do that. They've done their research, they know the pros and the cons, and they're choosing to do that. And if an athlete is choosing not to put the Stabby medicine in them, that's also a choice. But I'm saying, like, it's not like these athletes aren't just taking the needle or just taking something without knowing what they're putting in their body. They know that the shit has side effects and it's gonna have issues to their body or whatever. But I went to a gym that's like, it's associated with roid use, whatever. It's a co-ed gym. It's a popular gym in my city. I did stop going there for a little bit of time because it's like, I wanted a new change of scenery. It's in the basement. It's funky. It's just, but it's a real gym though with like real weights. Like, unfortunately, it's not very many, or the ones that are real like that, they're a little bit further out and outside in the suburbs. They cost a lot more money. My gym was basically, because I had like a grandfather deal, like not even $200 for the whole year. So like that was a benefit. But things I wanted to start getting into as I got older, like flipping tires and doing more functional muscle workouts, they didn't have the option for that. So I took the trade-off and went to other gyms, other places. And it was weird how at that same time, a lot of other people were doing the same thing. I go to this new gym that's not even on the same side of town, and a lot of the same people from my gym was there. Even one of the trainers moved his business over there. Like, it was weird how that just happened, how everybody stopped. And then, ironically, when we all went back, well, that gym did get shut down. They moved further away, and they lost the benefit, which was the room where they had the sled and the tire. Which, man, flipping tires is the most amazing thing in the world. That is a full body workout. I've been trying to get one for myself to have outside of my yard. But as I'm older, I want to do more of those type of workouts. More functional workout, less lifting heavy. I don't want to be heavy no more. I don't need to carry all this extra weight that I was carrying when I was trying to squat 600 or trying to deadlift 7 or trying to reach my goal of a 500 bench press or whatever. Didn't get there, and it's probably not going to happen now because I'm not trying to lift all that heavy anymore. I'm trying to do lighter weight, more reps, and more functional stuff like that, whatever. But yeah, I kind of did leave the gym partly because of that. Like, yeah, like that gym got a reputation. It was getting bad, and I'm one of the people in there, all natural, who's in the numbers wise and in the mix. Like, my total lifts, whatever, were decent, whatever, for I guess being natural, because everybody else in there who was doing what I was doing or more wasn't, right? But I know that could be the assumption. And one thing I just noticed too, a lot of these young dudes, like, they're in here, like these white boys, 18, 19 years old, like, soon as they feel like they can't get big enough or they don't have the genetics to get what they want, they already in their mind listening to the older cats and seeing what they're doing and seeing their improvements and their growth. They're like easily like, I'm taking this shit, right? Like, they're already taking stuff young as hell. Like, it is what it is. Like, they're unapologetic about it. They already said know where to get it from. And it's like, even people there, like, it's like, I like the competition of competing with them, even though I know their recovery is better and all this other stuff. And I could have did things that could have helped me got stronger, better form, correcting form sooner. I'm 6'4", my deadlift is weird, so I had to do like this hybrid deadlift of sumo / conventional, and I didn't figure that out until much later on, so I could stop hurting my back. But if I would have corrected that sooner, I could have got to the 700 way sooner than I got to on a deadlift or whatever. And actually using the actual deadlifting bar, the proper bar that they use in competitions, whatever. But yeah, like, you are working out with people. Like, I've had the dudes walk up to me like earlier on in their bodybuilding career, like seeing me hit the 315 for reps, whatever, and they're like, you know, are you natural, dude? I'm like, yeah. Like, if I wasn't, I would be lifting out the gym. Like, I feel like I'm behind being natural. I feel like I'm behind where I should be, and they're juicing and look dead, like struggling because they're not eating right, but they're taking all this shit and all this other stuff, and it's like, they're like impressed by me, but they have the physique, they look the part better than I do, but as soon as they stop taking that shit, all that shit go away. So there's a disadvantage of meeting your goals when you're natural and you're doing it the right way. You injure more, you get hurt, your recovery time is less. Again, I'm sure there's things I could have done to get further on than I was, but in the long run, you win because these people, they get washed and they're gonna get cancer. And I've had so many white dudes even say like, yo, this shit ain't good for you, even competing in the natural contest. Like, it's not good for you losing all that weight, eating eggs and drinking gallons of water for like 2 weeks before the show, dehydrating your body and doing all that shit. And then most of them are taking stuff too, so it's like, that's not healthy for your body, whatever. It's all fun and games until you got grape-sized cancer balls on your body inside you because you were taking that bullshit. Stupid ass commercial. I should have skipped it sooner. But yeah, like, I've always hated that elephant in the room. I've always disliked. There's never been of, oh, I'm natural and I care. Like, that's part of the culture. It's in the gym. Like, you get over that real quick because there's people you're working out with that's taking something. Even the chicks that's in the gym working out with they dudes, they taking shit. Like, chick come in, the dude voice sounds like a girl, her voice sounds like a man because they both taking shit and it's fucking up their bodies, doing the vice versa thing to them. Like, it's just what it is. You become accustomed to it. Like, I remember the first time I was at a gym and I was like, I seen a white dude and he looked like, just had this weird focus and rage in his eyes. Like, literally this motherfucker's on some shit and he's having a little episode or whatever. But then it's like they do it. Like, don't bring that shit around me. I like working out with y'all because it pushes and motivates me, but I'm not putting that shit in my body. again, I do understand over a certain age when it's not for competition, it's not for whatever, it's just to be able to function as a man and have some testosterone in your body. I think that's different. But then it lies though, and that's what my issue with Cali Muscle was, because he went out of his way, like a lot of other bodybuilders on YouTube, not just all white and black, whatever, to like act like he didn't need it. I'm natural, whatever, and this and that. And I think that that's corny, because I had friends that really be watching the videos and looking at it like thinking, like younger people, like in this weird psychological mind fucked up. No, he not. He natural. He doing this. He not. He went to jail. Blah blah blah. I've seen dudes who come out of jail who looked not necessarily like Cali, but close enough to it, because so it is possible with the proper genetics. And I think that's the problem with a lot of young black athletes is that, and this dude just said this on in one of Mark Bell's recent videos. He complimented one of the black lifters that worked out at Mark Bell's gym about how he's glad that he waited to figure it out and take the time to learn his mistakes and get his body right and learn how to get the size and still be strong and still look good without using the juice. Whereas most people, and I'm saying young black dudes, they have that, and sometimes they might overstep that that growth period, and they put the bullshit in their body too soon. Had they waited and took their time, they would have got the results they wanted and put some extra years on their life instead of putting the bullshit in them earlier on. But it's like, again, some of these people you follow on Instagram, whatever, even the chicks, they taking shit, they not natural. It's good to watch them, it's good to like their stuff, but it's like weird when you watch Cali, who I have a hard time watching his content. To me, it's kind of coonery and buffoonery. It just is to me, the way he act. I did respect and watch him earlier on, the whole rehabilitation thing, getting out of jail, changing his life. I did see a problem with a lot of men like him because he came on the scene the same time as CC Fletcher and Michael Shee, and you saw the dust up with Michael Shee and mediocre tutorials and so-called red pill community, whatever. He was just repeating a bunch of man up rhetoric or whatever. But these black men, when they first got on the scene, they were like, you can tell these dudes were ex-convicts and criminals and whatnot, because they didn't know how to deal with trolls. They didn't know how to deal with the internet. Like, these dudes is responding to comments that are negative, just all types of weird shit. I remember actually one dude actually on Instagram, a dude that's actually from my gym. He quit being a cop after this whole George Floyd Black Lives Matter stuff around here, because he kept getting smoked, and he quit, a black dude. But like, he was one dude that I remember watching Mike Mashid do a video, and he kept pointing out a person and kept calling him out. And it was a dude that actually go to my gym that got under Mike Mashid's skin to make him do these hour-long videos responding to a troll. That shit was hilarious when I realized, oh shit, that was you on a snap that kept going at him and pointed out some shit about his legs or whatever, and he had that man in his feelings or whatever. But earlier on, I did respect the whole swifting his life away and rehabilitating and doing something different and making money, and it's not over. But then, like, the content just wasn't for me, and then his whole characteristics of, punching down, which is what we do when we get some money and we get some fame, because we don't know how to ignore the trolls or whatever. We do that weird shit. But it's like, why you up here talking about if you can't do this, you can't do that, you're fat, or you're this or you're that, or you're weak or whatever, you're broke and this and that. And it's like, nigga, you sticking poison in your ass and you're eating like shit. You're selling products that to your consumers who believe that you're not doing that. Like, I remember when he lost all the weight a few years ago. Again, he claims that he said why he did it. He said why he did it in this particular video that's on the screen now, but I don't know if he said it in the other video. I thought he said some bullshit about, I'm only doing at-home gym workouts. No, he was, the steroids and the Rona probably made his sperm count low. I mean, not the Rona, but the roids. And he couldn't have kids until he went to the IV and he told him he got to stop taking the bullshit. He stopped taking it for a complete year, and he shrunk up. That was obvious to me. But yet, there's this mental gymnastics of, no, I'm at home doing home workouts. And again, I don't know if the video's up there, because what he first said was some dumb shit about doing home workouts and not only using machines right now. Like, nah, dog, you lost like damn near 60, 70 pounds of muscle. And you got small as hell. Again, he claims in this video that he said what it was back then, but I know the first video I saw, it wasn't that. So even in his being honest, he's not being fully honest, because even in this video, he's like, well, I was only taking the minimum stuff, and I was doing the bare minimum. Like, you were still taking that shit, nigga. That was a poor diet, and all this other stuff led to your arteries being completely clogged. we all can see this here. It's not rocket science. Like, so I don't understand why there's a lack of honesty in this. Is it because of the sponsors? Are they supposed to lie and say, I got this jack because I took protein shakes and creatine and not the juice? Like that's what got you there. Is it any different than these the Kardashians who say they took this tummy tea or some other BS and it got them? Like, no, you got your body done. You have nutritionists and trainers and the best of the best, and then these girls are looking up to you and thinking that this bullshit gonna work and they just spend all this money and it's not. But now apparently these women don't fall for that because they know that y'all going to the doctors and they going to Miami, they going to the DR to get the same botched, ugly, disgusting surgeries that y'all was getting, right? But I don't like that aspect. I don't like the lack of clarity and honesty from these powerlifters, these bodybuilders, these people on social media who make money doing this shit. When you talk in these circles, you're showing, and even like the food videos he was doing, I'm just like you be talking mad shit about people being fat, but look how you eating in this video. Like, there's no way you can eat like that consistently and having like a whole KFC menu in front of you, and it's doing these ridiculous things for the money. To me, that is kind of coonery shit to me. But yeah, he finally did address it. He did say, like, y'all, with the combination of my poor diet, eating a bunch of sodium, and because remember he was heavy on eat all the sodium and this and that, like saying stuff that is not good or healthy or right, promoting it and pushing it and putting it in packages of buy my workout and this and all that, and it's not true. It's not good for you. It was wrong all this time. It was always wrong. And then now at the last minute when he almost dies, now he's telling the truth. I'm glad he's doing that, even though he's being transparent, but he's still putting cap on it. Like, it doesn't matter. You was taking that shit, and that shit had an effect on your body. And it's just the weird thing too, is like, if we're be honest and say what the elephant in the room is, yeah, taking this shit is bad. Black men, we already have problems going to the hospital, going to the doctor, getting checked out. That's why we die prematurely from shit we can catch early, heart disease. When you turn 35, 40, you gotta get bent over, get the finger in your butt from the doctor, pause, all that stuff. Like, we don't go do it. So imagine that, not eating healthy, eating like shit, and putting these foreign substances in your body, having your weight fluctuate, spiking your insulin, all this stuff up and down. You should know that should be part of the process. Going to the doctor, setting money aside. And the one dude who I was watching his video break it down, he was like, yo, you have to be, like, if you're taking this shit, it's going to have a negative effect on your body. You are taking years off your life, which most athletes don't care. They want to live in the now and in the moment. Even watching Mark Henry talk about that shit and how he felt competing with people who were cheating and whatnot and whatever. He wanted to be the best. Like, that's some real shit. Like, it's a mind fuck though. Like, you know that everybody in your lane is doing things that you're not doing. You're doing it natural. You're doing it the right way. And everybody around you is cheating. Well, not really, because the contest didn't call for that to be measured. Only the ones that, I think he said he came in 4th place in one of the Olympic things. He's like, I'm the 4th person. The other 3 people weren't natural. They beat me. And I came in 4th place with these people. Like, that's how I kind of felt. Like, yo, like, I can't do what y'all do. My recovery time is not the same. But I'm up here. I'm close to y'all. I'm probably going to have more longevity than y'all because I haven't put any shit in my body. Y'all gonna eventually burn out. But yeah, I'm glad he finally came clean. Not literally, but I guess this hopefully should be a wake-up call, because he could have died, and it would have been a bunch of videos of speculations of, well, it wasn't the roids, it was just the fact that he was eating Chick-fil-A and Kentucky Fried Chicken and eating bowls of SMG soup. Like, that's what it was. That's what got him killed. Like, nah, it was the roids too. That took some years off his lifespan. And these ticking time bombs, as people put it, these letting your body know, these are just the starts. Like, we saw, Lift Every Day. I forgot, I just said his name earlier, but he had the heart surgery. He had a whole heart bypass. Like, he had to get a whole new heart. And, also same thing. I never used it. I never took it. But he didn't say he did that shit. He claims he only did it for a specific window when he was trying to get the record or whatever. But come on, in your 50s, you had to get a whole new heart. Like, he blamed it on the McDonald's every day and the bad diet. Like, no, it wasn't just the food, dog. It was the combination of the poor food, trying to keep that weight, and sticking needles in your ass. Like, but again, he claims, C.C. Fletcher, when he was on Joe Rogan, he talked about it. He claimed that it's only for like a small window. Like, again, even in there trying to be transparent and honesty, they not being honest. They put a cap on it. Like, nah, you was taking that shit and it messed your body up. And again, I appreciate him coming clean, so to speak, and saying what it did to him. It made him rage out. It made him not, sexual with his woman or whatever. Like, they're telling you the side effects and the problems that come with this. So there is no excuse no more for the younger generation. If you're watching the top people, the top guys tell you, yo, this is some bullshit. And if you're going to do it, at least prepare to spend the money on getting blood work done, going to the doctor, getting checked out, having them monitor you a lot. Just as much money as you spend on the juice and the roids, you're going to have to spend on the medical part of it if you're going to do that shit. And again, I'm sure this is not going to change anybody's mind who's doing it. They want to be superhuman. Ronnie Coleman didn't win any awards until he started doing that shit. Like, he was 7-time Olympics. He ain't win until he started doing it. He was tired of coming in 4th and 5th place, being natural, competing with dudes who were not doing what he was doing. He did that, and he claims he doesn't regret it. I think Ronnie Coleman said he regretted, like, when he did the 800 or 900 squat, instead of doing 900 squat, which effed his back up and why he can't walk now, he should have just did 750 for 3. Like, that's more impressive doing that weight for 3 clean, good sets than doing some astronomical number for 1, and it jacks your whole body up for the rest of your life. We're watching this shit. The lifespan of athletes isn't long. Even basketball players, where it's just run up and down the court and jumping, they have bad situations with their heart and their body. Every single male-dominated job or occupation, it has a negative externality to it. Whether it be football with the CTE, garbage men gonna have jacked up knees and backs by the time they get done. Bricklayers, like, everything we do, it has an expiration date, it has a lifespan to it. And this professional athletes, bodybuilding, their shit is even shorter than that. You can at least work 30, 40 years at Ford GM. Your body gonna be trash when you get done working, but you can do that, right? But there are gonna be some trade-offs of doing that. So if we can acknowledge that for regular jobs, like every firefighter, by the time they retire, they're gonna have hearing loss. They're gonna be deaf, right? The siren, all that shit, it's not good for your body. It's gonna have a negative effect on your body. Well, if we acknowledge that for regular 9-to-5 jobs or regular jobs that aren't expect you to go above and beyond with your body and physical health, then we have to be more adamant on pointing out that this shit happens in fitness and athlete and sports. I don't care what nobody says. LeBron James is not in the condition and shape he's in being natural. Serena Williams is not in the condition and shape she's in at this age without taking any type of things to help their body. Like, I don't believe it. It's just not. It's not a reality. It's not a matter of hating. It's just like, we know how the body works. I remember people in my gym telling me, yeah, when you get 30, you're going to start slowing down, and by 35, you're not going to produce no more muscles, whatever, this and that. And like, for me, I'm like, I wasn't even hearing that, because I'm like, well, maybe because you used the juice and the roids, it hit you at 30. But I was good until 33, where like, I get injured, I get hurt, I come back the next week. Instead of letting shit heal. Like, I was just young and things worked better. The first time I hurt my back squatting, because I didn't realize I needed to switch my squat into like a hybrid of a sumo and a conventional squat. But when I hurt my back doing that shit, I was out for a minute, and then I kept re-injuring that every other couple months. So it's like, I had to fall back. I had to go months without squatting at times, go months without deadlifting at times. I even, like, the first time I tried 405, I had idiots who couldn't spot me, and I heard the ligament in my shoulder rip. Everybody was saying, go get surgery, get it fixed, whatever. I didn't do that, but I was able to let it heal on its own. But you can see the mentalness of me trying to compensate for that side when I was lifting, and I was going off uneven and shit like that. But long story short, I didn't feel the decline until around 33, and it was mainly with the injuries and the lack of recovery time. Prior to that, my benches was going up, my squats, my deadlifts was going up. I was getting better at my forms, whatever. And again, if I took the time to learn and had the right people around me, I could have been further on naturally. But it's a learning curve. Now that I'm older, I don't need to be trying to squat 500. I don't need to be trying to bench 500, even though that's still a goal and a dream. But deadlifting is different. I mean, I don't play with my back. You need that; it's more important. But it does seem like that's the one lift that it can stay the same. Like it can stay consistent without, you know, if you haven't done stuff in a while. So who knows about that? But I plan to do reps for 5 for squat, and again, I plan to rep 315 for sets of 10 again. Squatting, I don't need to go over 405 anymore for that. Like that's not a goal to go over that. But I plan to do reps of 315 for that. Like I want to do more speed, agility, not so much power, but more like calisthenics type workouts. That's my future for lifting weights. So I should be able to lose weight and be under a certain, be in the 270 range is what my goal is to be. But yeah, that's my video. I might post some clips of my old lifts and works out, see what that look like. Some of my things I might put at the end of this video, so it can be known that I'm not just talking out of my ass and I have been in the gym. No, I haven't done what some of these people on YouTube have done, but I ain't sticking no needles in my ass either. So it is what it is. I don't hate, but don't talk shit and talk down when you do that and I don't, right? Like don't do that, right? Chill with that. Like yeah. But damn.
Fab, what up, though? Shout out to you. Hey, man, what up? I see you, my nigga. You couldn't be here, but you here in spirit. The shadow of fair. Shout out to Jersey City, happy half. Check this out, we're gonna do this like this. That's what we sound like it. Listen, you never see how I handle the spot. When on both sides of the fence, still in hand of the cop. I get stuck if yo niggas understand it or not. Sometimes you gotta show the kids you really ran up the rock. It's like I'm back on Def Jam again. You didn't keep me in death, I just jam again. Y'all see how I'm handling. New things, big boy cool, secret winding up. Black piping on white feet, black domino. Pull up, pump that horn, she know what time to go. She take her over, with a little fat, I'm screaming dominoes. Lately I've been dealing with hit, all kind of struggles. I'm just trying to stack this bread, till it's dominoes. For all cats, my main point. The domino, they just get beside themselves, like watching wanna go. And then fool, you're wet metal too. Play superhero, yeah, might lead you with damn fools.